How to make over $100 per day as a writer. I have been doing this since 2015. I am coming up on nearly a decade of making money from my writing every single day. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the obvious and the not so obvious places that you can be earning as a writer from anywhere in the world. This is helpful to both brand new freelance writers as well as those who have been in the game for a few years now. Real quick, I wrote a 200-page book, Freelancer Way to Freedom, out everywhere that covers every single thing I know about freelancing, writing, making money in the gig economy, and side hustling. So I highly recommend checking it out if you have not done so already. And if you have read it, reviews are greatly appreciated. I'm going to cover 6 different places that you can look for these paying clients. So whether you're making $50 a day or $500 a day, there is always room for improvement. So let's dive into it. So the very first way you're going to make over $100 per day as a writer online is through freelancing. You guys know I have been on Fiverr for almost 10 years. I'm no longer on it, but I did make close to $1.6 million freelancing on Fiverr. This is my friend Georgia, who has made even more than $1.6 million freelancing on Fiverr. I've had her on my podcast. I will link to my videos below with all the tips and things to follow for setting up your services on a site like Fiverr so that you're immediately competitive and you don't have to go through all the mistakes that I did. But there's so much money to be made on a site like Fiverr, and here are just some of the writers that are featured at the top here. $80, $100, $60, $50 for their basic packages, which often can be completed in less than an hour. So that's really not a bad rate for getting started as a writer. Same thing over on Upwork, same practices. You list your services, you list how much you charge per order or per hour, and you just share with the client, what they can and cannot expect when freelancing with you. Don't sleep on Legit, you guys. Legit is legit. I obviously had to make that joke. Same type of thing as Fiverr. You set up, a gig with a cover image, your description, and what you're going to be offering and what you're charging. So a lot of people in my Facebook group say that they are making good money on Legit. I've made a couple $1,000s on Legit. I'm not actively freelancing on it, but I am thinking about offering freelance branding coaching services through Legit soon. And then there's Craigslist, which I just did a video on this. I had no idea you could hire freelance writers through Craigslist until my Facebook group told me. And in the video, which I'll link to below, I click on a lot of these and go through them, and they are all actual legitimate paying clients, believe it or not. But it is still Craigslist, so just use your best judgment when using Craigslist. Lastly, there's Contra, which I find to be a great website to host your portfolio if you're a freelance writer. And Contra is also an effective place to pair off with clients for longer or short-term work, meaning if you don't want to just freelance write on one single order and then the client goes away, Contra is a place where you're going to come into contact with clients who are looking to hire part-time writers or people that they're going to use on a more regular basis. So definitely check out Contra as well. All of these websites are free to sign up on, by the way, so you have nothing to lose with it. The second way you're going to make money as a freelance writer is by profiting off of your knowledge in the form of a newsletter. So I'm going to show you guys my newsletter right now inside of Flowdesk. So here's my newsletter. I send this out every week. I'll link to it below as well. I'm covering my whole journey starting a farm in upstate New York. And I just share, little stories and things and pictures and whatnot. I just started this. So my goal is to get it to 10,000 subscribers. And once you do, people will pay to have ads in these big white sections on your newsletter or in the middle of the newsletter. They will pay for it. And you can actually also host a newsletter inside of LinkedIn, which I have one inside of LinkedIn as well. I probably need to unite them and figure that out. I called it Future Money. I have 6,500 subs. I should really post to it. I haven't posted to it in a while, but I've had different brands reach out to me and offer to pay me to have me mention their brand on my LinkedIn and inside of my newsletter. So if you're already writing, if you're someone who writes a lot and you have thoughts and you journal and all that, you should absolutely put it into a newsletter that you are posting every week and allowing people on the internet to follow, because you're going to get money in the form of brand sponsorships, influencing, and ad revenue. The third way you can make money as a freelance writer online is through the website Medium. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's a blogging website. I used to blog on here all the time until I started my own newsletter. It's a really great place to just, again, host a newsletter or a blog, and it's free to use. You don't have to set up your own website or anything. They have something called the Medium Partner Program that you can apply to. And if you get accepted, you are paid for your stories, meaning you're going to get paid for how much and how often people are interacting with your articles, how long they're reading it, if they're commenting on it, if they're sharing it, all of these different things come along for the ride. Here's the eligibility criteria if you are interested in doing this. So yeah, this is on medium.com. And like all the freelance writing, everything I've shown you so far, all of this stuff is free to do. I mean, even the newsletter in Flowdesk, you guys, I'm not good with software. It didn't take me long to figure out how to set this up and use it. And even if you don't want to buy a package with Flowdesk, which I understand you don't need to because it's just free to do it on LinkedIn instead. So all of this stuff is free. If you're a writer, I would absolutely be doing these things. Fourth thing is writing and publishing ebooks to Amazon. So you can make passive income. You write an ebook, slap a cover on it. Let's say you don't want to design the cover. You hire someone on Fiverr to make the cover for you. You upload it to Amazon. I used to have a bunch of ebooks on Amazon. I had to take them down when I published my actual book with Wiley Publishing. They asked me to remove my ebooks. But let me tell you, I was earning like $5, $10, $15, $20 a day in passive income just from having an ebook on Amazon, which you might say to yourself, oh, that's not that much money. You know what? That adds up. And it's really amazing when it's passive because it's not something that you need to continuously manage. You just list it, post it, boom, done. And you can also offer writing ebooks for clients as a ghostwriter, as another revenue for yourself, as somebody who makes money writing online. Which brings me to writing your own book. Listen, if you're a writer, own it. You don't need to be Shakespeare to write a book. Anybody can write a book, believe it or not. You just need to hire an editor to clean up your writing. This is my book that's been published for a little over a year now. Like I said, reviews are definitely appreciated. And this makes, this sells anywhere from 8 to 24 copies a week. And you can do the math of the money that comes from that. Was it a lot of work writing the book? Of course, but now it's just purely passive income that I can tie into all of my different revenue streams and my different businesses that I have online. So write a book, you guys. Hire freelancers to help you, hire a managing editor to work with you while you're writing the book. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So if this sounds like something that's really overwhelming to you as a writer, you know what? Just try it. Just try it for me today. Okay, the final and sixth way to make money as a writer online is by getting hired to do it. So this website's great, Flex Jobs. You just come in here and input what you want to be hired for, or you look at the available posted jobs. So here's someone looking for an SEO copywriter, all sorts of things. So if you're somebody who's looking for more part-time, consistent work, the unpredictability of freelancing isn't for you. Getting hired as a part-time worker online is easier than you might think because more companies are trying to cut costs right now with the state of the economy and inflation. So they would much rather hire a part-time person than take on a full-time salaried individual. And if you say to yourself, well, I'm not going to get all the benefits that I would get as a salaried individual. Yeah, but you're going to make more money. If you're doing all of these different side gigs as a freelancer, I made so much more money than I ever would have made in an office job. So don't sleep on checking out available posted writing jobs on a website like Flex Jobs. Of course, there are so many other places you can find freelance writing clients. It doesn't even have to be on the platforms I just shared with you. You can even post that you're available for hiring or for writing just directly on your social media. I see people do this on TikTok or on Instagram. They'll just post that they're available, here's their hourly rate, and I'll see people engage with them underneath their post. So don't be shy, hide that you are a freelance writer and your services are very much available. And you may be surprised who slides into your DM. Not everyone who slides into a DM has weird intentions. Some do though, some do. With that, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know your thoughts below. If you like the type of content I'm sharing on here recently, give the channel a subscribe, show a little love, and listen, I know my production quality isn't the highest, but the whole point is the education and the wisdom nuggets that I'm providing to you guys, okay? I'll be back soon with more freelancing, making money online, gig economy, and content related to the farm I am starting and opening in upstate New York with an Amish family currently. Bye!